the pivot from Parashat Bereishit to the remainder of Sefer Bereishit is an opportunity to see how some of the core messages of the opening chapters of the book really play out in the rest of the Sefer Bereishit, rest of the book of Genesis, and really in the rest of the Torah itself. And I'd like to offer an example from my own life. As you may know, as I suspect you do know, we have 5 children, Baruch Hashem, which in our family we experience as a unique and special blessing. Special blessing is another way of saying manage chaos, and one facet of that chaos is that we sometimes have difficulty keeping track of where everyone is at any given moment, and as a result, our children are asked very frequently where their brother or sister is located. Our twins in particular are often asked where the other twin is or what the other twin is doing. And at some point, they realize that a sort of smart aleck answer to those questions was to quote the Torah and say back to us, Hashomer achi anochi, am I my brother's keeper? Well, every Jewish parent loves it when a child quotes Torah. This is a smart aleck answer because Hashomer achi anochi is Cain's rhetorical response to a rhetorical question from God. And the clear message of the Torah is that the answer to Hashomer achi anochi, am I my brother's keeper, is yes. Yes, you are. Let's take a step back to remind ourselves. After Cain murders his brother Hevel, God asks Cain where his brother is. Ayeh Hevel achicha. This is understood to be a rhetorical question because God knows very well that Cain has just murdered his brother, and God surely knows both what happened and where and how Cain buried his brother's body. The question from God is an invitation to Cain to take responsibility and to show remorse. Cain misses that opportunity and responds with his own rhetorical question, am I my brother's keeper? But it's a rhetorical question, am I my brother's keeper, sets us up to respond to Cain with the answer that we give our children every time they use that line on us. Yes, you are your brother's keeper. You are your sister's keeper. Human beings are created to care for one another and to protect one another and to support one another. This is one of the primary lessons of Sefer Bereishit as a whole, as a book. This is actually one of the primary lessons of the entire Torah. Sefer Bereishit cannot end until Yehuda steps forward on behalf of his brother Binyamin, finally showing us what it looks like when one brother protects another. The family of Moshe is the first time in the Torah in which siblings, Aaron, Miriam, and Moshe, support one another and protect one another and cooperate for a common purpose. And the redemption from Egypt hinges on the moment when Moshe leaves the palace of the king to see his brothers. And he sees them in bondage, and then he takes action. The mitzvot of the Torah are what allow families and neighbors to overcome jealousy and competition and to live together in peace as ever-expanding circles of care and responsibility extend outward from our literal brothers and sisters to other Jews and to every human being, thereby bringing us ever closer to a day when our voices join with the voice of Tehillim to proclaim, Hinei ma tov v'naim shevet achim gam yachad. How good, how pleasant it is when brothers dwell together. So the holidays are behind us. The winter is approaching. Okay, the year has really begun. Mar Cheshvan is here. It's a month without the distractions of Yom Tov, and it's a time really to take stock of the messages of the beginning of the Torah, the messages of the holiday season, and to apply them in our lives ahead, and to look for those recurring themes as the Parashat of the Torah bring us ever on into our journey through Torah study and Torah observance, but always with new insights into those core ideas that are there really from the very, very beginning. Wish you all Shabbat Shalom and look forward to seeing you in the coming days.